Hey guys, you're probably here because you want to know all about how to improve your concentration, because let's face it, we have so many distractions these days and sometimes it can be quite difficult to concentrate. Well, I'm going to answer that question, along with many other different questions in this week's Responding to Your Comments, where we look at fun questions, we look at science-based questions, but most importantly, we always look at the evidence. Lucy, I really struggle to concentrate. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always struggling. Can you please do a video on this topic? Lucy, thank you for your comment. This is from the How to Stop Procrastinating video, which if you haven't seen it, I will leave it up here somewhere. Of course I can do a video on this topic. I'm going to give you as much information as I possibly can, and also I'm going to make you aware of when you should actually seek medical attention as well. So what we're waiting for? Let's dive in. Okay, so to begin with, you're going to set yourself an achievable goal. So let's say you have a task to do. You're going to set yourself an achievable goal of concentrating on that task for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is easy to do and everyone can do it. So for 5 minutes, you are going to concentrate solely on that task. And I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to end up concentrating for longer than 5 minutes. So give that a go to begin with, and let us know how you get on in the comments below, because I'm quite interested in seeing if this helps you just to begin with. We're going to keep going though. The next thing that you need to do is remove all distractions. Look, if you're doing a task, if you're doing some work and you're on your desk, and you've got food everywhere, you've got paper everywhere, you've got your phone there, you've got everything that you play with on there, whatever. These are all distractions, and they're going to remove that concentration level. They're going to reduce them concentration levels, because what's going to happen is your phone, you're going to get a notification and it pops up like that on the screen, and then you're like, oh, let's have a look at it, let's see what's going on, and it distracts you. So you really need to remove the distractions. This is one of the most important tips that I can give you. So now that you're getting into the flow of things, you're doing your work, you've removed the distractions, you need to remember, you need to give yourself little mini breaks. This is really important because the human brain responds really positively to breaks. So every 30 minutes or so, when you're doing your work and you're concentrating on that task, give yourself a 5 to 15 minute break. This is going to make you feel better, it's going to make you feel refreshed, so you can come back and improve your concentration levels as well. Another thing that I want to mention is what we call herd mentality. Look, there's a reason why gyms work so well. It's a herd mentality that you have. People in the gym are working out, and it makes you want to work out as well. So it's important that if you do have friends or family or whoever who are also studying or doing a task, let's say, and they're concentrating, if you're working in that kind of environment when other people are concentrating, let's even say a library, for example, they work really well, okay? That herd mentality is going to help you focus and concentrate better as well. So you're going to reap the rewards from everyone else. The next thing that I want to mention is your working environment. Let's say you're working on a desk with your laptop there and you're doing a task, okay? Now, it's super important that your working environment is not a mess, because if it is, it's going to make you feel anxious. Even if you don't think you're feeling anxious about it, deep down, it will be on your mind and it's going to lapse your concentration levels. So give yourself a dopamine kick by achieving a small task before you even start doing your task. Clear the table, clear the mess. It's going to give you a bit of a dopamine kick because you've got that sense of achievement, and then you get on with your work. And that's all going to help with the concentration levels. Now, sleep is also really important, and a lot of people unfortunately neglect this when they're doing tasks that require a lot of concentration, and because of it, they go to sleep late or they reduce the hours that they're sleeping. Please remember, if you're not sleeping right, you're going to really struggle to concentrate. Sleep is vital for concentration and memory, because when we sleep, our brain recovers. This is the time where our brain actually recovers. So if you're not sleeping well, you're going to suffer. You're going to have reduced concentration levels. You're going to have reduced memory levels. You're going to have a load of other conditions that are associated with sleep deprivation as well, by the way. It's not just concentration. So if you're an adult, you need to be aiming for at least 8 hours of sleep, good quality sleep per night. And if you're younger than that, you might require more sleep. So what I will do is I'll leave a full list in the description below of the different hours that are required for different age groups. Now, if you're someone that struggles to go to sleep, I did do a video on this topic not long ago, and I will leave it up here and in the description below too. Now, one thing that I really like to do when I've got a big task ahead, like for example, at the moment, I'm doing a write-up, a critical analysis between local pathways and national guidance. It sounds a lot more interesting than it actually is, but it's quite long-winded, it's taking a lot of time, and like I said, I'm taking these little mini breaks, which is important, but I also reward myself with exercise as well. Exercise is great for you, it releases endorphins, it makes you feel good, and it's a time to kind of switch off. That's how I see it. I switch off when I go for a run. I love to run. If you watch my channel regularly, you'll know that I run often, sometimes twice a day. But on my breaks, I go for a run. 2 to 3 mile run, come back, have a quick shower and feel energized and refreshed and get back to it. So try and incorporate exercise, and I guarantee you will see the benefits. Another thing that some people find that helps them concentrate is listening to music. Now myself, I don't really like listening to music when I'm doing a task or a piece of work. I feel like it distracts me, but some people, it does help to relax them and to get into the zone. Classical music has been shown to kind of improve concentration at low levels. But then again, it depends what kind of music you're into, I guess. Also listening to like rainfall or like the forest sounds and stuff like that, just to help to relax you and to maybe get into the concentration zone, which is the sweet spot really. Another thing to mention, which usually lapses concentration, is that feeling of anxiety, that feeling of the unknown when you've got a task ahead and you're thinking, how am I going to do it? Or you're just worried about doing it. So practicing mindful meditation can be really helpful for this. So maybe on your breaks, kind of closing your eyes and thinking how it's going to feel when you finish that task, how it's going to feel when you finish that write-up or that assignment that you've got to do. And that's practicing mindful meditation, and it's giving you that good feeling to help you to continue with the concentration. Otherwise, you might get into this cycle of being anxious and nervous about, is this going to finish? Am I doing it right? All the different factors that are worrying you. Now, sometimes you might have quite a lot going on, you might have quite a lot of tasks to do, and it's difficult to prioritize them and give them your full concentration. And this can be a really problematic thing because it's that issue of kind of procrastinating and spending too much time doing the little tasks when you've got a bigger task ahead. So if you haven't seen my video on how to stop procrastinating, I would highly recommend that you do watch it. I'm going to leave it up here and in the description below, but it's all about separating your tasks into deep work and shallow work and prioritizing a certain amount of time for each one. It will make a lot more sense if you actually watch it. It's quite a big topic to understand, but if you want to find out more information, like I said, please just go and watch it. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, there are certain scenarios and times where you should seek medical attention. Now, I think the best way to give you this information is just to run through them, but please remember, I am going to leave loads more information on all of them in the description below. So if you feel like any of these sort of match you or someone that you know, then definitely go in the description and give it a read. So firstly, if you're someone who struggles to sit still, if you're someone who really struggles to get things done, and no matter what you do, you can't improve your concentration levels, even after trying all the tips and suggestions that we spoke about in this week's video, you're really struggling to concentrate and you can never really get things done, then this is a really good example of someone who really needs to speak to their healthcare professional to get some advice and to see what's going on. Secondly, if you're feeling like you can't think around a traumatizing experience, or you're feeling quite low, and because of these you can't really concentrate, these should really be indicators that you should speak to your healthcare professional and maybe get some help. The third thing I want to mention is if you've ever had a head injury, now think in the past or recently, and any of these have recently caused you to have concentration lapses and have difficulty in concentrating, again, this should be another indicator to speak to your healthcare professional. And fourthly, if you're having any blurred vision or you're having to squint to read or anything like that which is vision related, then it might even be causing you to have headaches or eye ache, which can be extremely painful, then these are all indicators that, again, you should speak to your healthcare professional about. So it looks like we've run out of time again in this week's responding to your comments. If I didn't get back to your comment, I'm really sorry. We are getting so many comments these days, it's very easy to miss them. So the best advice that I can give you is keep on leaving those comments. Leave a comment on this video, on the next video I do, whichever video you find, leave a comment and I promise you, eventually I will get back to you. That's the end of this week's video. Always remember you're awesome and I will see you next week. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.